so we're back. Mm-hmm. Yay. So Jake and I are gonna tag team this intro like the Beastie Boys. Apparently,
We're gonna try to.
So we've been gone for like 7 months, 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah, there you go.
And yeah, pretty much we just had problems with people going to college in different states, so we didn't have everyone here. But we're just gonna try to do Snastcasts with whoever's here at the moment.
So basically, college surprisingly takes a lot of time, and it creates a lot of scheduling conflicts, especially when about half of the Snastcast is in different states. That makes it pretty hard to do a podcast.
Yeah. And when mommy and daddy love each other very much, well, they go to the bedroom and they make your little sister there.
Yeah.
So
Little sister and your little brother, not your big brother though. That's he was from a different.
He was from a test tube they grew him in the lab.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try to be more relaxed about like not worrying about having everybody there for every cast, so we can do a much more regular weekly schedule and try to keep that going for as long as we can go.
Pretty much just have more content.
So
and
quality content.
Quality
Quality.
so basically, what it was even when we were uploading every week or so. I believe we were. It was hard to get everybody together one day out of the week to record, and that was just because of like work schedules were very conflicting, and so we kind of ditched the rule on everybody needs to be there for every podcast. We're gonna relax it a little bit and just get whoever we can for that week, and it should make it a lot more manageable. So with that said, we're gonna try to get one once a week. Try to be pretty regular with it, and yeah.
Shout out to the one fan who prompted our return.
Oh yeah, there was one guy who messaged our SoundCloud account just asking when the new episodes would be and where the old ones went. And so, guy, if you're listening, new episodes are coming out now.
Right. And we heard you loud and clear, and more content is on the way.
Yep.
That's for you.
This is for you, one guy.
In regards to those old episodes, we should be getting our pro membership back soon, and those should be available to you. So anyway, with all that out of the way, it's time to officially restart the Snastcast.
Yay!
Cue theme song.
Yeah.
We don't have a theme song.
No.
We don't know that.
So we just saw a movie. Actually, wait.
Well, they should know who's here first.
Oh yeah.
So, obviously, I'm here. I'm John.
And I'm Jake.
I'm Jesse.
Yeah.
Just the three of us tonight.
So that's who you get this week.
So we just got back from a movie less than an hour ago.
A little.
Oh, by the way, spoiler alerts if you're ever gonna watch this. It's not a huge movie.
The movie is called Green Room. If you're planning on watching it and you're listening to this and you haven't yet, we're probably gonna be spoiling major points. So
yeah,
we'll throw up a cue where to skip to.
Yeah, look in the description if you want to see what time code to skip to past that. But anyway, yeah. So it was a movie called Green Room. And if anybody recalls, there was a movie back in 2011 called Blue Ruin. And Green Room is that director's second movie.
It's the second in the Reading Rainbow colors.
Yeah.
yes.
Next one will be red, and then they're going to do purple and yellow.
They're going to run out of like mainstream colors. They're just going to go with like chartreuse. Eventually, they're just going to go through all the Crayola colors. They're going to have like laser lemon light show or something like that.
They're going to switch to like all infrared colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you haven't heard of it, the movie is about a hardcore punk band that plays in
some like neo-Nazis.
Some neo-Nazi skinhead, just like home base. It's like their building.
It's their bar, basically.
Yeah, it's their bar.
Their bar, their hangout, their venue,
And so they play there because they're looking for a show. They're traveling around in their band, and shit goes down.
So it's basically the punk band versus the Nazis.
Yeah,
it's
punk band versus Nazis. Classic movie.
Very intense. I have to say it was extremely intense.
It was exhausting to watch.
It was like after the movie, I was actually exhausted.
It felt like you were on like a roller coaster and you just got off. You were like disoriented and like.
It was really solid though. I would check it out.
Really
it's very intense and disturbing and violent, but it was good. It was really good. It was really good.
I was really impressed actually.
I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was, honestly.
Yeah, it was kind of like, I don't want to say indie because it's not actually independent, but it has that kind of feel. Maybe a lower end budget kind of feel,
especially with like the types of shots.
Oh yeah,
or, like establishing shots and things like that, and like really small.
Yeah, I think the main thing that points it out is just the sets. They really only have 2 sets. One of them is like the inside of their van, which is very brief, and most of it is the Nazis' bar and venue.
Mostly just one room there, a green room.
Yeah.
That's
nice tying it in there.
Yeah,
green room.
It's a very green movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, like what Jesse said earlier when we were coming back here. Everything kind of had like a greenish tint to it, or most shots did at least.
It's the reading rainbow of color students. It's a statement.
And I was both surprised and kind of not surprised that it was very similar in tone and style to Blue Ruin.
Check out Blue Ruin if you haven't yet.
Yeah, seriously, check out Blue Ruin. I mean, Green Room was pretty good, but I still think Blue Ruin was freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I think the main thing about this guy's movies so far, I mean, he only really has 2 out right now.
Who made them?
I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. We should have researched this.
We can IMDb it.
IMDb. So let's just keep talking about it. We'll say his name later.
I'll IMDb it quick.
And but he likes. It seems like he likes to focus on just grimy, like dilapidated areas, people who. I don't know how to explain it really, but like low down kind of people, where they're more scum of the earth, right? But he doesn't make them one-dimensional like that.
Yeah.
He likes to make these kind of people 3-dimensional and give like very believable reason to their actions. But anyway, he likes to focus on realism. Especially when you see his action scenes, and especially the gore.
Yeah.
You can tell he really likes to focus on showing what that kind of situation would be like. When people get shot, it's a major event. It's not just I don't want to say brushed off, but a lot of times movies don't like to show the gory details of that, or don't like to show the gory implications of that.
And kind of the thing is it's really gory, but it's not as stylized as a lot of really gory movies.
It's not stylized. He's very plain about showing, showing gore and showing what someone would look like after getting shot in the face with a shotgun.
Yeah, it's very.
Or getting stabbed. Yeah,
a lot of the killings, deaths are really slow and it's really. I guess in this movie it felt very just slow and just exhausting and agonizing. Some of the things happen, and it's not just like, oh, you get shot, you say your dramatic words and you die, or things like that. Like, people like suffer and bleed for a long time. Or if you're choking somebody out, it's gonna take more than a few seconds. Like, you're gonna be there for minutes.
Yeah, for
struggling.
For example, there's this one point where one of the Nazis is getting choked out, and at first he has him in a headlock, and at first he's just trying to knock him out. So he's like choking him out, and then eventually he passes out and he lets him go. And normally you'd think movies would just use that as a device to say, okay, this character is not going to be shown for a while or whatever. But pretty much not immediately, but like after a little bit,
couple of seconds.
Yeah, he becomes conscious again, like right away. So the dude realizes, okay, he puts him in a headlock again, and this time he's out to kill him, to suffocate him to death. So it's just like maybe almost a full minute of him just choking him out and waiting for him to just like stop breathing. And then at the same time, like a crazy chick with a box cutter just slowly slices open his stomach, and
the thing is she doesn't really know what she's doing. It seems like she's just kind of in like this daze, and she's just trying to it's just kind of primal, she's just doing it to stay alive and stuff.
It was kind of like
what else are you gonna do at that point? She just cuts him open.
It was more like she was the whole atmosphere of this chick that we're talking about is she lives with these guys. It seems like she lives or hangs around these guys like with most of her time. So she has like a really punk haircut and a really punk attitude to her. And I think she didn't need to. She absolutely did not need to cut open his stomach, but I think she did because it was just
she's crazy. She's like scoring.
It seemed to her like that was the punk thing to do. But it wasn't as one-dimensional as that. You could tell it showed her considering it before she did it, so it was a meaningful action.
She was hesitant to do it. She was really hesitant.
I'm gonna butcher this guy's name, but it's Jeremy Saulnier.
Jeremy Saulnier.
Also, I didn't realize that one guy, the guy who was dressed in the red coat. I don't know if you know this guy. He was in. I recognize him from somewhere.
Yeah, I recognize him too.
He was in Scott Pilgrim.
Oh yeah, he was.
He was Steven Stills.
Yeah.
Steven
Okay. Yeah, that's where I knew him from.
I just watched that movie like a week ago. So.
Yeah. But it seems like this director is on the rise. I mean, Blue Ruin was pretty much indie. I think it was had a limited release. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
I only saw it online.
I haven't seen it actually.
I only saw it online too. But now his movie, this Green Room, has actually seems to be having a full theatrical release. So
there was a cardboard stand.
Yeah, there was a legitimate cardboard stand in the lobby of the theater, which actually impressed me.
Yeah.
Because it seemed to me like he was a very low budget director. So
yeah, we should probably move on. We don't want to be.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Check it out.
Good movie.
We definitely recommend it. Be prepared to be exhausted
and see a lot of gore.
Just feel tension for just
the whole
straight tension for at least
tension.
75%. It's just tension.
Yeah, there's very, very little humor or like light.
Well, yeah,
to break it up. It's very much just intense and scary, and
there are moments where characters will crack jokes, but
it doesn't relieve the tension.
It's just to add the emotional realism to the situation, pretty much. But yeah, realism and tension.
Yeah, it's good. You should go check it out.
Great movie.
So after the movie, we went to Arby's and just had a really surreal Family Guy style moment.
Yeah.
On the way back, so we were all just exhausted and in a bit of a daze after the movie. And also it's late at night. It's like 9:30.
9:30.
So there was an Arby's on the way back.
It's dark out. Yeah. So we just drove back, and we stopped at Arby's, and yeah, John, I didn't really notice the guy, but you did, the guy in the back.
Oh yeah,
right when we walked.
Right when we walked in, there was a dude in the back who was like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And I'm like, "Hey, how's it going?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's going good." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's good."
Okay.
And this whole he was in the back of the kitchen. It seemed like just yelling toward us.
He was shouting through like all the like the Arby's fucking cooking machine.
Yeah, the stoves and stuff.
Yeah,
and it was just strange.
He was a little too happy. It seemed like, I don't know.
Yeah, and
I noticed.
So we waited about like a minute for someone to come up to the register so we could order, and it's it's just this Mexican lady who seems like she understands and can talk English, but it's still in that gray area where it's like we had to repeat. Me and Jesse, I don't know if Jake did, but
I didn't have.
But we had to kind of repeat our orders and say if it was.
I did have to repeat one actually.
And say if it was like for here to go and stuff, and yeah, Jesse, tell her about when you tried to order the junior.
So I wasn't very hungry because I got food at the movie. So I tried to order a medium fries and a junior chocolate shake. So I just needed I don't know, I needed some snack stuff. And so I ordered. I'm like, okay, I'll get a medium curly fries and a junior chocolate shake. And she kind of pauses for a second and said, a medium shake. And I was like, no, I'd like a junior one. And she's just like, okay. And then she goes down and she types in a medium shake. And then it showed up on the thing, and I was just like, oh,
And it was
right.
It was totally like
It was very.
Like everybody knows that Family Guy character where it's like the Mexican maid.
It was very much. I clean anyway.
Yeah, it's
I
I clean here. No, go away. I clean anyway. No, go away. Okay, I clean. And it was that type of interaction.
It was very much like I'll get a junior, medium. No, junior, medium.
And it was just strange.
Also, they forgot to make it, so I was like standing there, and John was like, "All right, let's go." And I'm like, "Wait, I still have a shake."
Me and Jake were holding our food, and we're like, "Okay, let's go." And Jason's like, "Wait, they didn't give me my shake." And so he gets her attention. Is like, "Hey, I need my shake." And
they're like,
and she's like,
right. She gave me this huge, weird, shit-eating grin, and then she's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, and at first she didn't know what. It seemed like she didn't know what the hell he was talking about.
Yeah.
The freaking medium shake she tried to push onto him.
It took like 15 seconds for you to realize it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm medium shake.
Yeah. And
so they were. We have an inkling that they may have been a little high.
Yeah, they I don't want to besmirch Arby's good name, but it pretty much seemed like they were pretty stoned.
It can happen anywhere.
I mean, the people were friendly, but they weren't like service friendly. They were straight up like person to person friendly.
They just wanted to hang out.
Yeah, it seemed like they just wanted us to stick around and hang out or something. So it was just strange.
Yeah. Like we got our food, we got mostly everything we wanted besides a size difference.
Oh yeah,
but yeah.
I mean, I didn't mind. I drank all of it. It was a shake.
So, nothing. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't a bad experience.
It was just
weird.
Fun. It was just strange, especially after seeing that movie that I didn't expect to be like that. It was just strange.
I had another experience at the movie theater. I don't know if you guys noticed, but when I went up to get my Skittles, the two girls at the counter were like, "Oh man, I love your shirt." Context. I'm wearing a Zelda Triforce Hero shirt, and it's from PAX Prime that I went to. They're like, "Oh man, I love your shirt. I play that game all the time." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I got it at PAX and played it earlier." She's like, "No shit."
You should have been like,
"That's so cool." Like, you went there, and I was like, "Yeah." Like, I go to school in Washington. Like, I went there before school started. And they're like, "Oh my god, that's so cool. I wanted to go to school out west." Oh man. Then they were like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm totally fangirling out. Like, what did you want? What did you want?" And I was like, "Oh, just these Skittles and a small drink."
Should have been like, "No, this game is fucking shit."
Yeah, it's like totally. You're like, "Oh, just totally lied." Be like, "Yeah, I made that game."
Yeah, it was
for Nintendo.
I guess it was just a cashier conversation type of night.
Everybody wants to talk to us. We're popular.
Yeah, I guess so.
They know we make a podcast.
Oh yeah. They know we make a podcast that we didn't upload for 6 months. Yeah.
I missed us.
Yeah, they were our fans.
Yeah, the thing is
They were the ones who
we're actually brainwashing the whole country with this podcast.
Yeah. I mean,
we're looking to start a new world order.
Yeah, just a small new world order, you know.
Small one.
Yeah, so if you're listening to this right now, you are already infected.
Yeah, there's been binaural beats going in the background of this whole thing.
Yep.
You're being hypnotized.
Subliminal messaging, CIA technology, actually.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I tell you guys about my roommate this year who like watched Yu-Gi-Oh and like all those Nickelodeon like live action shows?
Oh, really?
Super unironically. Like,
What?
He actually really loved all those shows.
Really?
And he started watching all these Netflix original ones that were like basically the same style as those Nickelodeon like. I don't
Like
even know what
Jesus.
it's called.
Live?
Like, Big Time Rush, isn't that
Big
one of them?
Teen
yeah.
Nick shows.
Yeah, those shows. Like he watched at least 12 of those
God.
different series, like unironically every
Why?
day.
How? How do you
I
do
don't
this?
know.
Oh my
I don't
God.
know. I don't know. Like the last, he ended up on Malcolm in the Middle, which is, I mean,
That's an
it's a-
improvement. That's a good
It's
improvement.
an improvement, but like he would also break that up by watching Yu-Gi-Oh, and he
Wait.
got at least 4 seasons into Yu-Gi-Oh.
Jesus.
Like unironic. I don't know.
I tried. I remember Yu-Gi-Oh was like one of my favorite shows as a kid. And I tried to watch it recently, and it's just
Not good.
I remember the
It's
first
not good.
I remember
It's not
enjoying
good.
the first season as a kid, and I watched it again, and I'm like, holy shit, this is bad.
Yeah.
I think the first thing that just destroyed it for me was like the second episode, they throw all of Yu-Gi-Oh's cards into the water.
Oh, yeah.
And he just dives in and gets them, and they're all fine. Like,
Yeah.
as a Magic
That's the
player,
point.
that would
You
fuck up
sleeve.
everything you own. Like,
That's
those cards are gone.
That was
Use
the breaking
really
point
good
for you.
sleeves.
That was the
Come
breaking
on.
point. As a proud Dragon Shield owner,
I-
I can't even throw my cards. I can't even like spill something on my cards and
Yeah.
not have a mini heart attack. Like, you threw your cards in the
Yeah.
ocean in the middle of a thunderstorm. Like they are gone.
Yeah, that's something we got into over our Snastcast break during school. We got into Magic the Gathering. Yeah, and
It's
We're
fun.
gonna
it's
try
a
that.
fun game.
We're not gonna turn this into a Magic.
No, it's
podcast.
not going to be a Magic podcast.
What?
We don't know nearly enough to ramble on about Magic the Gathering. But
Yu-Gi-Oh.
yeah, I was surprised how much money I would end up spending on Magic the Gathering.
Holy shit, so much money.
I haven't spent that much.
I'm not even like that
I know.
into
Jake,
it.
Jake doesn't really play it that much.
I don't play it that much. I just play it whenever people are over and
But-
stuff.
Yeah, me and Jesse have been playing it pretty much, kind of a lot.
Like you don't.
I have, at
You don't
least.
even have to get like super into it. Like we're into a really casual format. Commander, for anybody who wants to know.
Yeah, Commander
And
EDH.
It's like being a casual format. You think wouldn't be that much money, but it's a lot.
Yeah,
It gets
so
up there.
get into Magic the Gathering and waste your money.
Yeah, empty your wallet.
It's a good
and,
game, but be ready to not be able to buy anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have to like switch a few meals over to ramen noodles.
The thing about Magic the Gathering is it just has a learning curve, but once you get over that hump of a learning curve, it gets like really fun. So
Yeah.
I would recommend it, but
It's
it's an investment, both monetarily and investment of your time
It's addicting.
and energy, and it does get addicting.
But if you find a good like store to play event set and stuff, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's really good. We have a local store that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
They
it's
end up
on your
just,
mom's
like-
basement.
We end up just staying there till like 3-4 in the morning sometimes.
The thing
Yeah.
is like, with your mom's basement, it's kind of like one of those
Your mom-
places. It's
yeah.
not like a huge place. There's nothing fancy about it, but it just feels really comfortable.
It's just got really
Yeah.
it's food and atmosphere is what
It's-
they're trying to sell there.
So that our local game Magic Gathering card store we like.
It's
to
not
go
really
to.
just Magic the Gathering.
Well,
either. It's just people go
I
there
mean-
just to play games too.
Yeah, so our,
There's, like,
our
half the
local
people there.
our local game store called Your Mom's Basement. It's a real funny name. And
Your mom.
Your Mom's Basement. Get it? Because you're nerds and you play in your mom's basement.
We actually
And-
do play in my mom's basement a lot.
Yeah, we actually do play in Jesse's basement. And but anyway, yeah, it's a great little store.
It's
And it just has, I mean, you get to know people there.
And they sell toast sandwiches.
And they sell toasted sandwiches. Which
Yes.
is
No,
definitely
no,
a plus.
No, toast sandwiches.
toast.
Have you never had one of their toast sandwiches?
They just put toast in between.
It's literally
Pieces of
toast
bread
with
in
salt and pepper between 2 pieces of regular bread.
What, are we in the UK now?
It's a toast sandwich. Yeah, dude, you can buy those there.
They're
Like,
gonna
it's an off-menu item, but yeah, you can order a toast sandwich.
Okay.
It's not good. It's
not good.
It makes you really, really thirsty.
Yeah, I
Whoa,
bet.
so
It's
thirsty.
bread and salt.
Kids in the UK would disagree with you.
I mean,
No,
I
John.
heard it's pretty popular.
In the UK, they just spread some beans on there. Beans and
Oh,
toast.
they put their fish and chips on there.
They put and their
they toast
and
the
their
queen.
black pudding. They
They
just
go to the loo and
Jesus.
So I actually I went to Scotland last summer, and I tried black pudding.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the case with every place that makes it, but it kind of just tasted like stuffing, like turkey stuffing.
what is black pudding?
Yeah. What the hell is in it? How?
It's like spices and coagulated blood.
Oh my
and
God.
stuff. It's
Is it actually coagulated?
It's coagulated blood. Look up
like from a goat or something?
from like
I don't know why.
I'm not
a goat.
exactly sure what animal it's from.
Is it actually black?
It's like dark. It's like a dark purple.
Why would you
Listen,
eat that? I would
well-
not want to put that in my mouth.
I
Sounds
did.
Disgusting.
I did. It was good.
You guys ever?
Yeah. So it looks like this.
Lutefisk.
It just looks like that.
Jake is showing us a picture of two.
So it's just
It
like
look- it
it's
looks
just
like
like
bread.
black.
It looks like black rice cakes.
It looks like if you burnt like hamburger meat really bad, like just totally destroys this
gross.
hamburger meat. So black pudding is a blood sausage eaten in Great Britain, Ireland, and other parts of Europe. It's blood sausage. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's just blood.
That's weird.
But yeah, the thing is if you put enough spices and stuff, it doesn't matter what's in it because the spices will cover it up. And that's kind of like the theory behind hot dogs.
Sounds disgusting.
Like,
Yeah, but hot dogs taste good.
yeah, black pudding actually tastes good too.
I don't believe that.
It
It
tastes
has-
like
It has literal blood in it. and
it
the
has
ingredients.
blood in it. It has blood in it, so it kind of tastes irony. It's got that like iron tang, that blood tang to it,
I don't believe
but it kind of tastes like turkey stuffing. I'm not kidding.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Like, at least it's not as bad as haggis.
or lutefisk.
Oh yeah,
dude,
that's
my-
Minnesota's
my-
roast food.
My
Have you had it?
one of my family
Lutefisk?
members have
Lutefisk.
Just the smell of it makes you quiver.
Isn't it like rotten fish?
No, it's
Or is that
it's stockfish, which are like really cheap, like bad fish, and it's
Okay.
left out to dry in the sun until it turns flaky, and then it's soaked in lye, which is a cleaning. It's toxic.
It's like bleach.
It's basically bleach. It's also a main ingredient in meth.
That's
So you
great.
ate meth fish.
Yeah,
Cool.
so it's basically meth fish.
How is that safe to eat?
It's weird. I don't know. It's not.
Did
good.
you actually
It's
eat some?
No, but I saw it, and it's basically fish pudding. Like it's what you imagine like fish pudding to be, and it's like yellow and just it's not good. It makes me quiver.
It's like the exact thing you shouldn't do with fish.
Do you think?
A good weird food I've had is Rocky Mountain oysters.
Oh my God!
They're
Don't-
deep fried buffalo testicles.
Yeah.
I actually had some. They
Jesus.
weren't bad. They were good. They're also the size of like a kidney. Like
They're big balls.
I'm not-
They're big.
They make a lot of
They're
semen.
breaded though, and they were good. I mean,
I'm gonna die before I put testicles in my mouth.
I just had one giant buffalo testicle.
Did you eat the whole
Jesus.
thing?
Did you cut it open and like the splooge just fell all over
I
the
mean,
place?
it's from a dead one. It doesn't have splooge everywhere.
It doesn't.
Well, what's
they
the point of
clean out
eating a
the-
testicle?
Because maybe you don't want to eat the splooge.
You can
John.
actually see the sperm. They're like the size of minnows.
Oh,
Flopping around
no.
the table.
You cut it open and it's just like fly out.
Jesus, no. Gross.
John, you seem to really enjoy whenever we talk about sperm.
No.
It's that Kenny versus Spenny episode. God, that show is great.
Oh.
Check it out, Kenny versus Spenny. It's hilarious.
If you
Should
like
watch it.
sperm and jars.
Yeah, if you like sperm and giant mason jars.
That one 4chan guy, have you heard of that?
No.
Where every Christmas he'll post an update of his cum bottle collection.
No! Stop! Stop!
You haven't seen that?
For some reason, when you said that, I just imagined Shoe Nice. Like, his face just popped into my brain.
I mean, I would not be surprised if it was Shoe Nice.
Shoe Nice is just having a mental breakdown.
It's like all in, like,
the cum
fireball bottles.
The cum bottle guy, he has at least 10 2-liter bottles completely filled to the top of it's oh my
How do you know it's
like,
real?
Come on, I mean, is somebody just gonna go on the internet and say I've just lie about filling bottles with cum?
Yeah.
No. It's I mean, does it have to be real, honestly?
I guess not.
It doesn't have to be real.
If you go through some sort of effort to make people on the internet
every
believe that you
Christmas
have
every Christmas.
Oh,
it's his Christmas present.
It's his Christmas present to the internet.
He's dreaming about a white Christmas.
Oh God.
Maybe that's what it was.
It's about it.
I'm dreaming of a cum Christmas.
Imagine him just like spreading cum like all over his house. Just like the floor is just.
Imagine if he was like he left one on the floor or something and he tripped over it and the cap flew off.
Oh.
And it just made a huge mess.
Milk? No.
Gross.
Someone walks into his room.
It just like the shelf collapses and it just shatters all over the place and it's just all over the floor. Oh,
do you think he like if he like convinces women to come over to his house and just
check out his collection?
Check out this walk-in closet.
Do you think he just masturbates straight into the bottle or does he collect it and like pour it in later?
I would.
I don't think I could masturbate in front of a 2-liter of cum.
I don't think I could either. I would collect it then put it in later.
How would you collect it? What would
like
you collect
it? Cups, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe he has like a bedpan. Maybe he has a bedpan. So like.
Maybe he uses like a turkey baster or something and like
sucks it out.
Oh, okay, can we?
I bet I know what he has. I know what he does. He just has like a milking machine.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has like a breast pump that like, pumps it out.
Jesus Christ. Okay, we're done. We're done with that. Jesus. What else? Now I can't think of anything to talk about besides cum.
He just sits there for a couple hours a day.
Oh my God. No.
He gets used to it. So like when he just started, it only took like half an hour to get like a good amount. But now he has to sit there for like 3 hours.
You know what the greatest thing the internet has introduced to humanity?
What's that, John?
It's humanity's just the darkness of humanity.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy for anyone to go on a computer and film themselves and like upload something. That you just find
any crazy person will do it.
Bring it full circle to our discussion on the production quality of ISIS videos.
Oh my God!
I mean, I after that episode, I had to watch a couple, and you're totally right.
Is that even relevant anymore? Are they still making those videos?
I don't know. That was a couple months ago, and it was just I mean, they're well edited.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I mean,
and like terrorist propaganda music. Those harmonies. Those harmonies are pretty good.
I can't really get into Middle Eastern music. It feels like they have totally different types of like keys.
They do.
For music.
They have like a whole different like system.
Do you think you're gonna get attacked by Nazi punks at your next show, John?
Yeah.
Funny thing in that movie is like one of their songs was it was called like Nazi punks fuck off and die or something like that.
Yeah, Nazi punks fuck off. It's by the Dead Kennedys.
Oh, it is?
It was a cover by the Dead Kennedys.
Yeah.
Okay.
From the Dead Kennedys.
Yeah. And they're playing to a room full of Nazis.
Yeah.
But that wasn't really a problem at all.
We probably shouldn't spoil more of the movie.
Oh yeah, it actually.
We're outside the time code, guys. This is bad.
Oh yeah.
We don't want to.
Well, that's not too big of a spoiler.
We don't want to disappoint.
Sorry, we spoiled a moment in the trailer for you.
We'll put up a warning.
Yeah.
Hey Sadie, how was your nap?
Jake's cat is.
Sadie, tell us how your nap was.
I don't think she's gonna meow.
I don't know.
I know.
Mind her own. She's an animal.
She has stage fright.
Well, there you go. That was the lamest meow ever. Sadie, get off my stage.
Yeah. Sadie, really, if you're gonna be part of this Snastcast, you better just like Better own up to it. Yeah,
There you go.
How do you?
Yay.
Yay, Sadie.
There. Okay.
No, she won't
okay.
shut up.
Can you step off the stage, please? Thanks.
Okay, Sadie, I think you've hogged it enough at this point.
Yeah.
So,
What?
I had another
There's
roommate.
got to be other things. Okay, you're a roommate.
I had another roommate who played competitive Dota and would just scream at his computer at like 10 in the morning. Like, that was usually how I woke up on the weekend, is him just going, fucking Christ! God! Fucking shit! God! Just screaming at his computer over Dota. He's a nice enough guy, but oh my god, did he love Dota. And then my other roommate loved League. So there was some mad sass going on
Between those two?
Yeah, it was great.
League of Legends or Dota?
I hate League of Legends.
One time, the guy who played Dota hacked into the other guy's computer and changed his background to Shadow LaBouffe, and it was just do it. And in one hand he had a recycling bin, and in the other hand he had the League of Legends icon.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It was great.
I hate League of Legends, though.
Yeah.
I can't really get into any game that's
I don't like MOBAs. I just can't get into MOBAs.
Yeah,
The game I've gotten into...
They're so fucking toxic. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Are people toxic about MOBAs?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people at my school who fucking love MOBAs. And, like, I gave them a chance, but holy shit, are people toxic.
Oh my god, at my college, in the lunchroom, I swear, these people are there 24 hours. It's like they never leave. But there's this one table in the lunchroom that they've completely took over, and they just play League of Legends nonstop.
Are they all Asians? Most of them?
Actually, most of them are Asian.
Yeah.
But there's so there's a bunch of like nerdy guys and stuff, and then there's just like the one token like girl, who they're all trying to sit around and stuff.
They have to have the one token girl to make sure that the
Tumblr
doesn't crack down on their group.
No, it's not racist. I mean, that's a fact. Most of them.
Also,
most of them are
Asian.
Asian.
Girls are a race now.
Yeah, girls are a race. Yeah. The race of women. The race of women is long past.
We need a token girl in this kids.
We do.
Yeah, we should have some.
We had the Asian lady, the Valerie's last.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She was there. She said a few words.
She joined the army or something. Like, holy crap!
She went to the National Guard.
That's awesome.
She broke up with me.
Yeah. She broke up. She broke up with Jake and then married the National Guard.
And married she broke up with me for the National Guard.
I'm like, holy shit! You were not the person I suspected.
Yeah, she's totally.
Joined the National Guard.
That's getting a little too personal, but yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. We can probably find some girl that's
willing
to come within 50 feet of us.
Yeah.
I know like half of one.
You know half a girl.
Yeah.
What half of her do you know?
Top half.
The top half. Okay, good.
Yeah,
the bottom half would be that would be boring.
Oh man, you got to get to know that bottom half, man. Because once you get to know that,
I can't find it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I can't find it.
Oh my god! If she ends up being in a wheelchair, Jake, I'm gonna punch you.
Oh my god!
No, I have to find a girl that's missing her legs.
Oh my god!
Snastcast. And never listen to this podcast ever.
There was some internet video that my roommate was showing me one time, and it was like some internet game show. I think it might have been like a Rooster Teeth thing or something. I don't know. But it was like this internet game show, and it was like these two teams playing whatever games or whatever. And one of the teams had this guy who I'm pretty sure had like cerebral palsy or something. Like, he was very much like physically disabled, but like he was a funny guy. And so they had to pick team names, and the other team, the team that he wasn't on, picked Team 4 Working Legs.
Okay.
It was amazing.
That's pretty funny.
It was good.
That's horrible.
Hey, what other disabled people can we make fun of? Stephen Hawking, that fucking nerd. Okay.
Yeah, but
he can't even talk. He has to have Microsoft Sam talk.
How is he still alive? How?
No, he's still alive.
He's still alive. Yeah.
How old is he?
406.
I thought so.
He's actually an old guy.
He's an old god. He's one of the old gods.
He is. Yeah.
He's come to strike fear, terror into our hearts.
No, but he's like. I'm pretty sure he has a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And even if not, he's such a an icon.
That
people are going to work to keep.
I haven't heard
him
anything
alive.
from Stephen Hawking for a while.
I mean,
about
didn't they say he was going to die like right after he was diagnosed with whatever?
No, but his brain, he's too smart
had?
to do it. He's probably like some crazy Buddhist monk at this point, and he just controls what his body does.
I can't remember what disease he had.
Oh, there's a hole in my dude.
Oh my god.
Where did that come from? It's too high to be cool. It's like upper thigh.
Oh, I got pissed off at myself today. So, my last class was canceled for today, so I was driving home, and on the way home, there's Shoreview, that the indoor water park.
Yeah.
Right by there's that really small skate park.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, I got my skateboard in my car. I'm just gonna go see if nobody's there. If nobody's there, then I'll just dick around in the skate park.
Yeah.
And I neglected to realize that I was wearing my work pants, which I have to wear nice pants for my job because it's in an office setting.
You just take your pants off. Just go back.
Yeah.
That's
But
cool.
I didn't realize until I fucking fell on my face and ripped a huge hole and skinned my knee.
Oh, that's what that's for.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah,
a
I was
knife
wondering
with like a
that.
midget or something.
Yeah, well, in preparation for the movie, I fought a couple Nazis.
I was kind of like,
Midget Nazis?
Midget Nazis.
I didn't
Yeah.
notice that
Kneecaps.
until
I
after
don't think
the
you're allowed to
movie.
say midget anymore, but what?
I didn't notice that until after the movie. So
I'm
I
sorry,
thought you kind of did
vertically
it during the
challenged
movie
Nazis.
just because you were like really into. You were like just really into it and just grabbed
That
metal
guy almost
flap
got it.
anyway.
That
It
guy
was
almost
like-
got his hand cut off. I need to cut off my leg.
Why are we're still spoiling the movie?
That's not a spoiler. Come on, I didn't even say who it was.
Okay.
Well, now it's a spoiler now because you said it was important.
Guys, this is a spoiler.
Anyway, you're not supposed to say midget anymore. Is the main point you're supposed to take away from this?
It's vertically challenged or
Vertic-
vertically retarded or something like that.
Yeah, I'm like, that sounds way more offensive than midget. What are you, vertically retarded? Jesus.
We're bad people.
We don't have enough of a following to be this racist. Somebody's gonna shut us down.
We're
It's gonna be
The
done.
government's gonna come and shut us down for
Because
saying-
midgets are a race.
Yeah, John, you're being a racist now.
Shut up.
Yeah.
There can be black midgets.
You think
Come on.
there's like? Do you think there's some kind of other subhuman species?
You know what?
Some human species other than
Some other.
midgets.
Wait, did you
Oh
say some
my
other
God.
kind of subhuman species?
Yeah.
Some other kind?
Yeah, some other kind.
Yeah, you got. I'm not even gonna get into this.
Let's stop. Let's quit while we're ahead.
Yeah.
We have autists.
Oh my god.
And then you
Okay.
have-
All right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should.
I'm sorry. Kill me now. If you have autism, you're cool. Don't. I'm just being an asshole.
No, we don't actually.
We don't think this stuff. We're just saying horrible stuff to offend you.
It's for entertainment.
We're
Look at
just
the
trying to
look
find
at
you,
the fun-
okay?
Look at the funny racist man as he spouts shit out of his mouth.
Yeah. You know what? I think they're probably fine with being called midgets. I think.
I don't know. I think
Yeah.
I thought little
Little
people was
people.
like the
That
correct
sounds
term.
so much more offensive than midget,
It
though.
does.
What would we say?
Oh, you're just a little guy.
I thought
Like-
it was like vertically challenged, but now I'm not so sure.
There's
I
no-
thought little people.
I don't
The
think
terms are just changing so much. I can't keep. Like I'm trying to be a very like well-rounded human being.
Yeah, like in
open-minded,
Yeah,
but like I can't keep up with all
People
the
keep
terms.
making it harder.
I can't keep up with the terms. Like I'm
Why not-
okay. I'm well intentioned, but if I fuck up like a term and call you like okay, if you want to be referred to as a she or a he, and I fuck up, like don't get mad. I'm well intentioned. I'll fix it. I'll
Yeah.
make improvements, but like
I don't understand why we can't just. Why don't we just keep the terms, but just make them not offensive?
Like, I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing Porch Monkey back.
Oh my god!
don't
Bringing it back.
God.
No, I mean that obviously is
I haven't
offensive.
seen that movie in like a decade.
What movie?
Clerks 2.
Oh, they said that. Oh yeah, they did.
I'm bringing Porch Monkey back.
Clerks 1 was a lot better.
Yeah. Well,
Clerks 2 was still good though.
They had that Lord of the Rings scene in them.
Oh yeah, that's like the best scene in the whole movie.
Gosh.
Here's movie 1. He walks across the room.
Then they had the scene where the guy was like having sex with a donkey or something.
Oh, yeah.
They burned the restaurant down.
Yeah. I almost watched that movie with my family because they were showing it on TV again, and I almost put it on, but I realized my parents were in the room.
You reconsidered.
Yeah, I reconsidered my choices.
There were any like awkward moments when my parents did that.
I watched. Goddamn, what movie was it? Whatever. It was just this like rated R movie that it was about something totally unrelated, but there were like 16 fucking sex scenes in it. It was ridiculous. It was like almost softcore porn. I was watching with my parents. It was so awkward.
It's like Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange. Yeah, but Clockwork Orange isn't really that bad. It just has that one scene that's like weird.
And it's almost like a classic at this point, so it's kind of like excusable. Like
yeah, it's
you can watch it and be like. You can watch it with your parents and be like, "This is like a classic, like cinematic movie." Like it's not.
Yeah, look,
it's not.
He just kills that lady with a giant.
It's like seeing like boobs in a classical art piece. It's
yeah, I guess so.
It's not meant to be pornography. Yeah, it still is awkward.
It's still awkward.
There's that one boob shot in Airplane that like always gets me.
Oh yeah.
I always forget it's there, and then I'll watch it with somebody who definitely shouldn't see.
Airplane is the best like spoof movie, I think.
Yeah. Those guys make a bunch of really good ones. Like what is it? Wrongfully Accused. That's another like.
Oh yeah, they made fun of the Harrison Ford, the Fugitive.
Yeah, and then Top Secret is hilarious.
Yeah.
With Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Like the Elvis parody guy.
Top Secret is like pretty niche.
It's really like absurd. It's. I feel like it's even more absurdist than Airplane at times.
Yeah.
But that one was really good. They have the Mr. T parody guy.
What about the?
He drinks gasoline and like eats cigarettes.
What about the Naked Gun series?
Those are great. Those are great. Yeah.
Too bad.
With O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
I always forget that O.J. Simpson's there until I see it. I'm like, yeah, that's.
Recently, I saw on the news O.J. Simpson like wrote a letter to some girl saying he wanted to fuck her or something.
They just had
I don't know.
Why is this in the news?
They just had that miniseries with O.J. Simpson, like the O.J. Simpson trial.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch it.
I heard it was good. Didn't have like Cuba Gooding Jr. or somebody in it?
Yeah, he was playing O.J. Cuba Gooding Jr. and John Travolta was in it too. Although John Travolta is very hit and miss.
Yeah.
I mean, from Pulp Fiction, it seemed like he almost lost his mind because he joined Scientology with Tom Cruise.
He was in
a bunch of shitty movies.
He was the bad guy in the Punisher movie.
Oh yeah, and he was weird in that too.
Yeah, he was really weird.
That's a great movie though.
It's not as good as I remembered it. I watched it 2 weeks ago.
It's not good. It's very a personal opinion for me.
Wasn't he?
Because it's not a very critically good movie.
The problem with it for me was I had watched Daredevil season 2. And then I watched that one, and I'm like, this Punisher is bad.
Oh, well, obviously. They're being a lot more faithful with comic book characters these days.
Scary in Daredevil.
Yeah.
Like,
wasn't John Travolta in that one, like, Hairspray movie?
Oh my god.
You remember that
terrible.
movie?
Didn't he play the mom?
Yeah, he played the mom in Hairspray.
I remember that movie.
I hate that movie.
He had, like, a Mrs. Piggy voice.
We had to watch it in middle school.
What class did you have to watch Hairspray for?
I can't remember. I just remember watching it in like 7th, 8th grade, I think.
I was like, why?
We watched this really like strange Bollywood movie in my English class last year. It was called 3 Idiots.
Okay.
It was like a Bollywood musical, and it was actually really fucking great. Like I loved it. It was so cheesy and stupid, and I loved every second of it.
Bollywood is. Did you know Bollywood or India accounts for the most movies made?
Mm-hmm.
They make the most movies, and it's just because this is what they do. They're like, I got an idea for a movie.
Let's do it.
Musical, dancing, family drama, someone getting married. Okay, let's make the movie. Let's write the songs. Okay, here we go, and done. Let's film it, and we're done. And
then they just do that over and over again.
But the thing is that they have a total different understanding of what film and movies mean than we do.
Mm-hmm.
To them, it's like if you were to go to like an amusement park and ride a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, it's really fun, and then it's over.
Yeah.
But with most every other country, they view film as like very an art.
Yeah.
Like supposed to send out a message. It's supposed to be meaningful and all that. But then they're just like, okay, let's do a huge song and dance number that makes absolutely goddamn no sense.
There was a lot of that in this movie, and like it was definitely, it had some really fucking dark moments in it, but like the most of it was just this weird, goofy like buddy comedy that just happened to have random musical numbers in it. Like there was one where literally most of the song was just them whistling and saying "all is well," and it was so fucking catchy. I still have like almost the entire song in my head because
How does it go? Will you sing
it was
for
like
us?
"all is well," wee wee wee, and it was like them doing that, and it was, and then immediately after that they showed a scene where a guy hung himself. Like mid-song, they fly. So this guy, they're at an engineering. The plot is it's these three guys at this really intense engineering school, and this one guy, they like fly this drone that they like made up to this one guy's room, and like as they level up to the window, there he is like hanging himself in there, and he's dead. And then just like the music just cuts off, suddenly sad.
Jesus Christ! Maybe it is some sort of avant-garde, absurdist, like super heavy art film.
Maybe that's what all Bollywood movies are.
Yeah,
like they just have like this hidden meaning to it.
It was strange. It was also like 3.5 hours long.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, to have all those musical numbers.
It was pretty much. It was almost exactly 3 hours.
That's crazy.
I mean, yeah.
I can't remember it, but I feel it felt super long, and I'm pretty sure it was almost 3 hours.
Bollywood songs are so catchy.
They are. Oh my god.
What?
I don't even understand what they're saying. It's not in English.
Gets in your head.
It's not in English, but it's like No, it wasn't even that. It was just like. Also, there were like weird shower scenes. Like they were in like the shower for like the college, and there were dudes in like barrels full of soapy water, just like it was weird. Like literal like wine barrels.
Barrels.
Of soapy water.
Just barrels of water.
Barrels of fun. And it was
tons
strange.
of fun.
It was tons of fun, yeah.
Isn't it just strange how every continent has its own like style about it?
Yeah.
It's just strange. Like you go to it. I mean, Europe wouldn't be that much of a change, but if you went to like over to China, I bet, like an Asian country like Thailand or something, it would be totally just different.
Like I've been to Spain, and
I haven't been to other countries, by the way, but this is just from what I've heard people say.
I've been to like Spain and Ecuador and Costa Rica, and they're all like completely different. It's weird. Like I don't know. Costa Rica is the most recent one, and that was really really cool. Like it's very very Americanized just because of like all the tourism there, but like everybody is like super like almost persona like friendly. Just like it almost seems fake how friendly people are, but like a lot of it is because almost all of their income comes from tourism, and they really want you to be happy and spending money. But like beautiful country, awesome people, like very cool.
I just think it's strange how we have different languages. You know, I bet like especially with the internet. It's probably going to be English. Like, there's just going to be one language that everybody knows.
Because we're the most stubborn.
Everybody's going to switch to Bitcoin and Bitcoin and Bitcoin.
And
we're the most. It's kind of that we're stubborn, and it's also.
So many
we have so much.
know English.
We have so much infrastructure, and we have so much. English-speaking countries have their hands in every other country in the world.
Yeah,
really.
Like there's a U.S. that's English speaking, but there's also like a lot of parts. There's like England that's English speaking.
Yeah,
and there's like
a lot of
New
Eastern
Zealand, Australia,
not Eastern, Western Europe.
I had a friend in my college who was from England. He had come from like just outside of London, and he was asking us like, why is it always that like when you go on a website and you have to select the language, you either select English or UK English.
Yeah.
And I was like, I thought about it for a second, and the first thing that popped in my head, and the first thing I said was, it's because we won the war. And like, no, he totally agreed. He was like, yeah, that's exactly it. You guys won the war.
Yep.
It's UK English now.
English is ours now.
Yeah, it's called England. Like, it's the English people.
Yeah.
But we won the war. So it's UK English.
Learn to speak American.
Learn to speak American, noob.
American.
Just build a wall.
Build a wall around. Let's build a wall around the ocean so we can't get any sea creatures, any merfolk coming into our country.
God, those merfolk, I tell you, they just screw everything up. They're messing with our economy.
All those Atlanteans.
Those Atlanteans, oh my gosh.
Dude, I want to live on an Atlantic island just so I can call myself an Atlantean. Like, that'd be so rad. Where are you from? I'm an Atlantean.
Do you think Atlantis actually exists? Not like
I think
not like there's mermaids and shit, but like there's actually like a city that dropped off and fell.
I'm pretty sure it's just like it's probably just like a legend that's just called like was brought together by a bunch of stories and like real events. Like maybe there was a big flood in the city and then a bunch of people like thought like
the city was being swept away.
Like word of mouth just kind of turned it into this legend.
Oh,
it's like most legends are somewhat based on true events.
It might have been like there was this big flood or hurricane or something on this coastline city, and like it just actually like crumbled buildings and stuff. Mm-hmm. So they saw it as like, oh my god, the city's being swept into the ocean type thing. Yeah, that's probably something like that. Yeah. Or it could have been like there was an island or something. Mm-hmm. And there was like an establishment on it, and then
the establishment.
Fuck the establishment, and that's what God said, and he just buried it in the water.
God said, "Fuck the police," and
buried him. Yeah.
What if you died and went to heaven and you met God and he was a total just douchebag? He's like one of the worst people you've ever met in your life.
It's a Patton Oswalt thing where it's like that, where he's making fun of that Christmas shoes song. He's like talking to Jesus, like, you're gonna have the best birthday ever. You're fucking shit. He's like a drunk dad who like tries really hard but actually like turns out to be abusive. You have to die because of the people.
I think that would just be hilarious. God's just this total douche, just an asshole to you all the time, and then Jesus is like the guy who's like he's like his best friend or whatever. And he's like, okay, I'm sorry for my friend here. Okay, he just got through a bad relationship, and he's really usually not like this.
He's like wearing a shirt that says "I eat pussy like kids eat cake."
Yeah.
There was in that Clone High TV show I showed you a little bit of. There's a character Jesus Christo in it.
In Clone High.
Yeah,
that's the show.
He runs the carpeting or carpenter like class basically. Okay. And he's like he says Holmes all the time. And like when they're talking about him, he's asking about like the Latin Grammys and like Ricky Martin and stuff. And then he ends up like shooting a nail gun through his hand.
And his name is Jesus, but it's
pronounced
Jesus.
It's Jesus Christo is his name.
Okay.
Jesus Christo.
I don't. What happened with all those like I don't want to say I guess it is MTV cartoons that were actually like quality.
Yeah, like there were some really good ones. Like
people stopped caring.
I mean, like Undergrads was good. Clone High was pretty good.
Duckman was
Duckman is great.
Duckman is awesome.
The Critic is good at times. It's very dry. It's very like. It's kind of like the Frasier of cartoons. It feels like.
It was just there's this strange resurgence of just animated adult humor cartoons. Yeah.
What about Drawn Together? Like,
oh my god!
I swear.
Drawn Together is fucking hilarious.
There's probably more like adult humor cartoons than kid cartoons at this point.
Drawn Together was so weird.
I wouldn't say adult humor cartoons. There have been more, but I don't think there's more on air.
You sure? I don't know.
I mean,
I tried watching the Cleveland show a little bit, but I just couldn't do it.
I think what it was is around that time the internet was getting pretty popular, and people wanted to make their own shows online, and animating was actually easier than having to organize like people filming, acting, and all that. Mm-hmm. So that's why like South Park started, and like, yeah, stuff like that. I kind of trailed off there. I forgot where I was going with that.
No. You guys play the South Park game at all?
No, I heard it was good.
It's really good.
The Stick of Truth.
Yeah, they're making another one.
Yeah, I heard that. They're making it off of the Coon and Friends.
Yeah, it's the Fractured Butthole.
Yeah.
Huh.
South Park is great. It had a period where, for like a few seasons at least, it was just like a lot of moments were just like really like
this latest season had a couple of those for me because it was very like PC, like making fun of PC and like Whole Foods cult, like Southern California,
Yeah.
like Whole Foods PC culture.
Yeah. In case this gets dated, the most recent one, as of recording, was I can't remember what number season it was, but
The one with like PC principles.
it was making fun of PC culture and all that politically correct culture, and but I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was funny.
I thought it was the best one in years, to be honest. I liked how they have a unified idea the whole season.
The problem is that I've started this kind of been bugging me is starting to turn into the Stan Marsh show, or like
Kind of. That was
the Stan's dad. Like, his dad's show.
That was more like earlier seasons.
Yeah,
it definitely was that. They're like, okay, something's happening. Let's just get Randy Marsh to react to it.
Yeah,
he's
it's
funny.
like the Randy and Stan show. It seems like for a while, but I mean, yeah.
I mean, you have to change it at some point. You have to change the dynamic of the show.
Yeah, he's like he's a good enough character that it's fun. It's still funny. Like,
yeah,
he has some really good moments, like the bro down with
Bro Down. Oh, with like Stephen Sondheim and. Are you talking about that?
Yeah, the Broadway.
Yeah, it was the Broadway musical episode.
Yeah, where they all go to Buffalo Wild Wings and have a bro down.
Yeah, that episode was kind of. It
was all about how Broadway musicals were written so that women would give their husbands blowjobs.
Trey Parker and Matt Stone they seem like just great guys. Like they know what they're doing.
Did you ever see that video where they went to like the Golden Globes or Academy Awards or something high on acid and dresses?
They went to the Oscars.
Oh yeah.
They were high on acid at the Oscars,
and they were in like dresses and stuff.
Yeah.
And whenever anybody asked about them, they would just divert the question. Like they'd be like, "Oh, so what are the dresses about?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's a really great night. It's amazing seeing all these stars that I grew up watching."
If I ever get famous, which is really, really unlikely.
You're gonna make an ass out of yourself?
I want to make a complete ass out of myself. I'm either gonna be like that, or I'm just gonna be like
Tim and Eric, just like always in character.
You gotta mess with people. You gotta use that opportunity while you have millions of people watching you.
You can't take it for granted.
Yeah,
like there's some really
you can't take it for granted.
There's some really like stupid like things that I've really appreciated from like celebrities. Like Daniel Radcliffe has been doing couple of things like that. Like he did the thing where he wore the same outfit for like 3 months in a row just to throw off, like make it so paparazzi couldn't get any like shots of him.
Oh, really?
So he wore like the same hat and jacket and like shoes and stuff like every day for months.
Daniel Radcliffe, I think he's one of the. There's a reputation for child actors to just go completely like crazy almost, but I feel like Daniel Radcliffe really got out of that mold.
He seems like a pretty well-rounded individual at this point.
He wasn't
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
He was in the Goosebumps movie.
Yeah, he was.
The Goosebumps show. The Goosebumps show.
He was in the
Say Cheese and Die episode.
Wasn't he in the second one?
Say Cheese and Die. Yeah, I think it was the second one.
Yeah, it was like the second Say Cheese and Die.
Or no, it was the first one. I think it was the first one.
No, yeah, it actually was.
Yeah, it was the first one. Yeah, he was in.
That was just strange.
That was such a surreal moment.
Ryan Gosling, I feel like he's a good actor, but I don't know about him. He doesn't seem to have doesn't seem to show like a real personality. I don't know.
That's just because of the movies he's in.
Yeah, I guess.
The character thing
The drive.
he plays, yeah.
There's so much symbolism.
Drive is so overrated. Drive is.
I really liked it when I saw it the first time, and then the second time, I'm like, oh my god, like.
Yeah, every time I rewatch Drive, I just don't. I like it less.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, but
I think it's just because there's like no plot.
There's not really much more to look at, to get from it. But anyway, Drive is a pretty good movie. It's actually really good.
I like the music in it.
Yeah, it started that whole new, what do you call it, kind of music?
It's called fuck.
It's like retro synth kind of stuff.
There's
it started that whole retro
wave.
synth, like retro
Synth
80s
wave.
synthwave.
Synthwave, new disco sort of stuff.
But anyway, Drive is a really good movie. Actually, it's just so many people praise it way too much.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. No, that whole fact.
When it came out,
They had a really good scene where he got shot in the face with a shotgun.
Oh yeah,
that was kind of cool.
But yeah, I don't know. The reason why I liked it so much is because of the music in it. Real human being.
The aesthetic.
The aesthetic, yeah. I think that's the reason why.
Yeah, it was really good aesthetic.
I've just always kind of liked old 80s style stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
what's the Cube recently? I think
Cube. I love those like.
It's so like it's so dated at this point, but I found it really enduring. Like,
I wouldn't call it dated. I would call it.
It was very, very 90s.
A classic.
Very 90s movie. It felt like.
Yeah, but it almost is. To me, it's almost timeless because they're just in this atmospheric, like very otherworldly sci-fi location.
Yeah.
And
it's a great excuse to use one set over and over again.
Yeah. But I love those like low budget atmospheric horror movies where it's just like Saw. I mean, I don't really like Saw that much, but
the first one.
Saw is probably the easiest thing to compare them to. But Saw and Cube, and there's that one movie we saw, Circle.
That was a recent one. That one came out like recently.
Yeah. Well, I'm not talking about old ones. I'm just saying that kind of movie where it's just like
The Exam. It's not really a horror movie.
The
it's
Exam.
Like
yeah. That kind of feel where it's just like all in the same place. It's kind of claustrophobic.
Remember that the Pianist movie? Not Pianist.
The Pianist.
The Pianist movie?
Yeah.
With Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
That was a really like interesting.
What was the plot to that again?
It was basically Elijah Wood was like this concert pianist who had a mental breakdown and was doing his first concert back after like a year.
Yeah.
And it was like his reunion concert, like his comeback concert. And so he starts playing, and in his music book on the stage, basically it says like in red ink in the corner, like if you miss a single note, I'll shoot you in the head.
Yeah, there's like
if I have a sniper rifle pointed at you, if you miss a single note, I'll kill you.
John Cusack is gonna shoot him in the head if he screws up part of his piano performance.
So that was cool because it was like him playing piano and like trying to deal with somebody pointing a fucking sniper rifle at your head and talking to you through an earpiece.
That movie was okay. It just felt like I don't know.
It's a very
interesting concept.
It's a fun popcorn movie, I think, because it doesn't make you think. It explains everything you need to know.
Yeah. And
it's very like, man, I wonder what's gonna happen next. Let's talk about it, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Like a popcorn movie. Like you're on Netflix, just searching through something to watch that you really don't have to like be really quiet. Just pay attention to it. You can just watch it with your friends and like comment on stuff.
Some decent acting.
Yeah.
But Elijah was usually pretty good.
That actor coming back to Green Room again. The main guy in Green Room he seemed really Elijah Wood-like to me.
Yeah, I could have seen Elijah Wood.
Kind of quiet and like
quiet,
awkward,
like skinny, kind of like I don't know how to describe it. It's timid. Yeah, timid. There you go. And kind of big eyes, like a deer in the headlights kind of thing.
Like a monster.
Like a
an
little
alien
puppet
person.
Yeah, we keep coming back to Green Room. It was a very good movie.
This was good.
Patrick Stewart was in it.
He was.
Watch it.
Jean-Luc Picard, the character, was in that movie.
Jean-Luc Picard from Star Wars, the TV show, was great. He was great in it.
Professor X was in it for a while.
Professor X. Yeah. Damn it, that's what I should have said. Professor X from Star Wars. Yeah. Damn it.
So I know how much you love that J. Jonah Jameson from the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
What's his name?
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons.
He's an amazing actor.
How do you feel about him playing Commissioner Gordon in Justice League?
I mean, yeah. He can play an authority figure really well.
Yeah.
He was really, oh my god, Whiplash. Whiplash was one of my favorite movies.
I still haven't watched it.
Bring me criminals. Bring me persons.
He was the perfect choice
oh my God, yeah.
to play J. Jonah Jameson.
Yes, he was.
I can't imagine anyone else. I mean,
I hope.
no.
Like, I don't know what they're. I don't know. They better not show J. Jonah Jameson in the new one.
I mean,
if they don't,
it's Spider-Man. You kind of have to show him.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. Like the new Spider-Man's really young. So the new Spider-Man in okay, put this into context. Captain America: Civil War isn't out yet. It's out in about
A week.
3 days.
Oh,
This Friday.
3 days. All right.
Comes out in like 3 days. So we don't know how the new Spider-Man is, but what we do know is he's very, very young.
Yeah.
He's like 16. He's very young, and they don't hide that. So like, I'm hoping like maybe in the actual Spider-Man movie, it'll be like very like high school Spider-Man. Like he doesn't have a job yet. He's like the nerdy high school kid who makes his own web shooters and like stuff.
I hope that superheroes get arrested for child endangerment.
Apparently, like they like if you watch the trailer that showed Spider-Man for the first time, if you look at his eyes, like they're his suit, like eyes retracted, and it's like actual mechanical things, like it's metal like shutters.
Yeah.
Basically, that narrow in his eyes, and according to stuff I've read, it says that Tony Stark actually like developed his suit, like parts of his suit for him.
Oh.
So
Cool.
I don't know. He might because he's obviously on Iron Man's side in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So like Tony Stark developed parts of his suit apparently. So maybe he helped him with like web shooters or something like that.
Yeah.
It better not be organic web shooters. That was dumb.
Organic? I don't know. I like organic web shooters.
It just took away that whole like he's an inventor. He's very self-sufficient. Like part of his character.
Yeah, but okay. So
like
I really
the Spider-Man movies, the Tobey Maguire trilogy,
the Sam Raimi ones.
Yeah, very solid overall, I'd say. And like
I really like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1 and 2.
I did too. I liked them a lot too, and
They're still my favorite Spider-Man movies.
I actually really enjoyed the first Amazing Spider-Man. I thought that was a really good interpretation of Peter Parker, even though he was very. I couldn't really believe that he was like just a nerdy kid, but like I felt the rest of it was like a really good like interpretation.
That's a weird thing because in the Sam Raimi ones, you could tell he was a total fucking like dweeb, nerd, and but like you said, I guess they didn't put in the part where he's like this super intelligent.
He didn't have any charisma either, which kind of bugged me because when he does get his Spider-Man powers, he like there's a very dramatic shift in his personality.
Yeah, but then with the reboot, it was
very
okay, yeah, he has the charisma, like you said, and he has the technical know-how, like he's really smart and can make his own web shooters.
Yeah.
But then they don't have the nerdy part, the dweeb part.
Yeah.
So it's like
they both have their problems, but yes, I think the Sam Raimi ones,
but
in general, were better.
Without the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans, we would have no Marvel universe kind of thing.
It basically proved that superhero movies can make money and be be widely popular.
That's the main thing. He didn't set out to make it make superheroes be like superhero movies need to be critically acclaimed. They take it seriously, kind of thing. It's just like it showed.
They're fun.
It showed that audiences really like them, and it showed that they can make a lot of money. And then on the flip side of that was Marvel. Mm-hmm. So on the flip side of that, with DC, Christopher Nolan came out with the Batman, Dark Batman trilogy.
Yeah.
And people really liked that too. But on that side, they were very critically acclaimed.
It was like dark and serious.
And so, yeah, that's where the two branching paths went. If you want fun, superhero, a lot of action kind of movies.
It doesn't really take itself too seriously.
Doesn't take itself too seriously, go Marvel. And if you want more serious, more...
movies that take itself
plot
seriously and plot heavy.
Yeah, then go on DC side. And I believe that's kind of how it is with the comics too. I don't quote me on that.
It's a lot. They're a lot closer. It seems like there's not as much of a like dramatic tonal shift. Like there's some very like plot heavy like dramatic things that come out of Marvel, but
yeah.
I don't know. Like the things that I mostly read are like I read a lot of Superman comics.
I don't really read a lot of comics at all. So
I used to read a lot of Green Arrow comics, which were really fun. Those were like the first comic books I read as a kid because that was what my dad had as a kid, and so I started reading those. And then I really got into Superman comics for a while, and then I read a little bit of Batman. I wasn't as interested in Batman. I've never been as interested in Batman as I have in Superman.
It's nice.
I don't know. I've always been a DC Comics guy, but just because I haven't, a lot of it's just because I haven't been as exposed to Marvel Comics as I have to DC, and I just kind of find DC characters a little bit more enduring. But like UBU, like what you like, they're both great. They're both really good companies and universes. I appreciate both of them for what they are. Yeah.
The other movies that I'm so glad are coming out. New Star Wars.
I hope I
love Star Wars. Star Wars is a huge fucking part of my
Star Wars
personality in life.
Star Wars is really good. The problem is I hope I don't get burned out. Like I'm just praying to God that I don't get burned out on Star Wars because like I'm really starting to feel that on some of the Marvel movies. Like I didn't see.
But the thing is, with the Marvel movies, they're coming out so fast, and
just one after the other.
They're so. It's not like with Star Wars movies, you can be very. With Marvel movies, it's they you can tell they follow a formula, right?
Yeah.
But with Star Wars movies, they do have a sort of formula, but it's a lot more. There's no like comics. Yeah. There's no comics they have to follow. There's no other storyline they have to adapt. It's just wherever they can take it, and they know Star Wars is like the most culturally significant movie series of all time. So they're holding on. They know they need to handle that kind of weight when they're coming out.
It's also Star Wars is now like on record the biggest like philanthropic contributor to society right now because George Lucas donated like almost all of the money he made selling Star Wars. So it's literally like the biggest like money like back to society like ever. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, my problem with Marvel movies recently is it's a lot of like, especially on origin stories like Ant-Man and stuff. Like Ant-Man was good, but it's always superhero gains powers, then fights a carbon copy of their powers. Yeah, basically.
But I mean, what else are you gonna do with a superhero movie?
Really? They all have really deep like pools of villains to pick from. Like pick something really like unique and like interesting. Like that's what I think. One thing about DC is that they tend to have a lot more engaging villains.
Yeah.
Just like, especially in the movies, especially like, yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm more engaged with the villains in DC than I am in Marvel. I feel like I can't, I can tell you 100 villains in the DC universe and like who they are and what they do, but I can maybe name 5 in Marvel just because I don't think they're as memorable for the most part.
The Hemogoblin.
The Hemogoblin.
What did he do again? He infected people with AIDS?
Yeah, he infects people with AIDS.
Whose enemy was that? I can't remember. But it was just this
goblin
dude.
Really obscure.
It was just this goblin dude that goes around infecting people with AIDS. I can't remember. It probably was DC.
One thing I am really excited for is the Killing Joke cartoon.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah, I'm not a big Batman fan, but I'm excited.
That's my favorite Batman comic.
No, it's everybody's favorite.
No, it's my favorite.
No, it's exclusive. It's exclusively John's favorite.
I'm the only one that's
so everybody at my school was telling me like you have to watch The Dark Knight Returns. Like it's so good.
Oh yeah.
And I watched it. The first part was awesome. I loved the first part of it. The second part, I just couldn't. I couldn't believe the Joker. Like I just couldn't do it. Like I don't know if it just because it wasn't Mark Hamill, but like his actions were terrifying and violent and very convincing, but his voice was just so bad.
It's just like, Mark Hamill is the Joker.
I don't know if that was it, but like the guy, whoever they had for this one, just wasn't good. Like he was very.
Yeah.
It was very quiet and like very, like just reserved, and it didn't feel like he was. It didn't feel like the Joker, and like I don't know. The Superman fight was pretty cool. I love how everybody uses that for like the definitive, like Batman would win, but like Superman was super weak because of literally stopping a nuclear bomb. And then he also was like, okay, you want to fight me? I will meet you on your terms, and I will not fight you until I totally have to. Like he let Batman use a sonic gun, then electrocute him, and then punch him a bunch of times before he's like, okay, I'm gonna fight back now. Yeah. And then also Green Arrow was the one who actually like stopped Superman with a kryptonite arrow.
Because he wants, they gotta work together. So I got the Hemogoblin. So this is the history. The Hemogoblin was a vampire created to help white supremacy group eliminate non-whites. He is notable mainly for infecting members of the New Guardians with HIV, the virus that causes AIDS. He was killed in battle with the team. He has a lot of powers and abilities.
Whose enemy is it?
The New Guardians.
Who's that?
Let's look this up.
Oh my god, we're gonna go through a whole rabbit hole of superheroes, obscure superheroes.
Well, so those are all the people.
Suffice it to say, superheroes
Are pretty cool.
are pretty cool. They're pretty expensive.
I'm actually really glad we live in a time that it's like culturally acceptable to be super like nerd out about superheroes.
Yeah, people
Like,
just
especially when my dad was like younger, he was telling me like he would read comic books and just like people would just beat the shit out of you for doing it.
Yeah, but Jesse, now the normies are reading comic books. What are we nerds gonna do
I
now?
don't give a shit. Like
The normies are getting into our culture.
You can read comic books if you want to read comic books. Like
No, normies can't read comic books.
We have to get beat up.
I mean,
What can we do to get beat up?
I have to be oppressed. I have to be oppressed.
Okay. So the normies are getting into comics, right?
Yeah.
So how about we get into football?
Yes.
There you go.
We're gonna
We'll
get into
football.
We're gonna collect baseball cards.
We're gonna get into football. We're gonna collect baseball cards. Yes. There you go.
What are the point of baseball cards?
They
There is
have,
none.
they
We
have
were
your
talking about
favorite
this
baseball
earlier.
player on them.
We were talking about this earlier. Like, what is the point of having a
I mean,
baseball card?
Because the
At
stats,
least-
man.
At least Magic cards, Magic
can
Gathering
play
cards,
game.
they're useful. You play with them. But like baseball cards, what are you gonna do? Here's my baseball card with fucking Babe Ruth on it. It's
John,
worth $400.
this is the
It's like,
point.
why? It's just a picture of Babe Ruth.
Because you have them.
It has the stats on it, John.
It has the stats.
It got
Look
the
at the
stats. It's got the picture of the person. It's got the stats.
I mean, if you collect baseball
banjos.
cards, good on you. But like, I can't see the point. I don't know.
I guess.
Sorry
I guess
for
if
people that
you're
collect baseball cards.
if you're a really big baseball fan, it'd be nice.
It's
to have
just something to collect. It's
have something
to
that
collect.
signifies your interests. I guess.
Well, not even that. It's just like it's something to collect. It's fun to collect stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Like people collect stuff. People collect.
That's kind of a strange phenomenon. People just collect stuff.
Yeah.
And then they look at it.
It's acceptable hoarding.
It's acceptable hoarding.
Yeah. Because it's controlled. It's like one thing.
It's controlled hoarding.
It's controlled hoarding. That's what collecting is. Like, hoarding is human nature to a point. But yeah.
Yeah.
So let's hoard these episodes.
So how do you guys?
So
I've been wanting to ask you guys, but how do you guys feel about the big VR shift in video games?
oh my god, the only time I've used like a VR anything is when we were at that event or whatever with
Yeah.
the iPhones or iPads.
No, it was like the iPad ones that we were walking around in like a church.
That was really cool.
Yeah, that was so cool.
I can't wait to use an Oculus Rift.
I really like. I did both the Oculus and the PlayStation VR at PAX.
Yeah.
And like, I went in being like, yeah, VR is kind of cool, but I don't think I could ever get into it. And after playing PlayStation VR, I was totally
Yeah.
convinced.
Like, once-
absolutely 100% convinced. I think I played the best demo they had there, just out of pure coincidence. Like, they just selected me for that one. It was like this heist one, and you had to like duck behind a desk and like shoot people and stuff. And it was so cool and engaging, and like it was just things that would never get to me in a normal like video game.
like shot at or something.
No, like, so the first scene opens with this big bald guy, like, yelling at you and stuff, and you look around and you're like tied to a chair, and you like look around and there's like a
Oh,
there's,
I
like,
know.
an exit.
I've had those nights.
Yeah, you're like there's like an exit door, and he like shoots it, and he's like, no, you're not going that way. Or like he flicks a cigarette in your face, and I actually flinched. I was like, holy shit. Like,
There's one thing I'm just really excited with that, because like once they make some really good like anime character models,
There you go.
who knows
you
what
go.
they're gonna do.
like Pornhub already has the VR section.
Oh my god.
That's
like,
amazing.
That's amazing. It's
Dude,
all
that
VR.
alone will make VR
so
sales
much
skyrocket.
fucking money. So
much money.
fucking money.
People
I mean,
are perverts.
That might make me want to go into porn. Just
Everyone's
virtual
a
reality.
pervert.
Oh yeah.
If you're not a pervert, there's something wrong with you. That's like the thing. It's just human nature to be a pervert.
So-
Everyone's a pervert at some point.
So like playing both the Oculus and the PlayStation, I guess in my personal experience, I had a better time with the PlayStation one.
Really?
I like
Most people say that the Oculus is better.
it's better specs wise, but like in the moment, I couldn't tell the difference.
Isn't
really.
there a lot of like really developed or like more developed stuff for the PlayStation thing?
It feels like Sony is getting a lot more like recognizable names developing stuff.
Yeah.
But like you can totally I could totally see the Oculus was still amazing. Like it was both of them were totally amazing.
Mhm.
They were cool, and like I could totally see you wanting an Oculus. I personally, I really really liked the PlayStation VR, like the experience that I had with that one. So I think I'm gonna go if I'm gonna buy one, which I am leaning closer and closer to yes, I'm going to buy one. I will probably get a PlayStation VR.
Okay.
I have like a computer that can run like the Vive and the Oculus, but I just had a better experience overall. But like they're all amazing, and like I'm really excited to see where it goes. Like I could there's definitely a chance that it's just gonna flop, but I just hope
It's
it doesn't.
not going.
I'm hoping so bad that it doesn't, because
There's way too many people invested right now.
this is such a cool.
The technology
it's such a
for it'll
cool
get
time
better.
for it. Like a lot of people are like, oh, it's just a fad, it's gonna pass. Like it's expensive.
It's not a virtual boy.
But like when you play it, it's so cool. Like it's so a lot. Like it totally depends on the game and stuff. And like there has to be good software for it. But it's really when you get something good and that you're engaged with, it's so like engrossing, and like it's a very cool experience.
It's very immersive.
Yeah, it's very immersive, and just like it's a lot. It's a lot to take in, but it's cool. I like it a lot.
So grab
I
your
don't think
waifus and load up.
I don't think I'm gonna.
Load up.
I can't decide if I'm gonna pre-order or not, but I'm probably gonna get a PlayStation VR.
Grab your waifus, download their personalities and their 3D models, set up your body pillow fleshlight integrations, and
You're
just
all-
go to town.
You're
Go to town.
You're all disgusting. You're all disgusting.
You're all
you should be
disgusting.
ashamed of yourselves.
I'm disgusting.
And at that, going from rambling on about cum bottles to rambling on about virtual reality, we unfortunately have to wrap up this episode of the
Thanks
Snastcast.
for sticking around with
So-
us while we spoiled Green Room in multiple sections of the podcast.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, it was a good time.
And if we were gay, we'd probably all be having sex.
I forgot we were doing that.
Yeah.
God, don't call it
It's
out.
true.
Maybe we should
it's
stop.
a candid thing, John. You're
No,
not
this is
supposed to draw attention
This is
to it.
a rebirth. We're the phoenix coming out of the
We're
ashes. Okay.
rebirthing.
We're
But-
restarting.
So if we were all gay, we'd be rebirthing each other right
We'd
now?
Yeah.
be birthing each other.
We'd
We're
be
into
crawling
birthing.
inside and outside of each other.
We'd be
Okay, let's.
With Rocky Mountain oysters, realistic gore, and
Our
Waifu
cum bottles,
sausages and waifu
Ju-
porn.
waifu pillows, and chugging cum bottles.
and our blood sausages.
So there you go.
We brought
Yeah.
the episode full circle. That's
Yeah.
good.
Thanks
That's
for
good podcasting right there.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to share with your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, uncles, nieces, daughters.
Also, film school idea. Produce an ISIS video.
Yeah, there you
They're
go.
really well edited.
You head over to ISIS, join ISIS. They'll show you all you need to know about cinematography. I mean, it's
if you
beautiful.
get the FBI to show up to your house and you know you're doing a good job.
Yeah, just show them your film skills. I mean, they'll be impressed. They'll be very impressed.
We gotta go.
So, yeah, we gotta go and join ISIS. Bye.